Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Should Ridge cut Hope for the Future's fashion line on The Bold and the Beautiful? Like I said this weekend, if it doesn't make sense, if it's not making the money, then it doesn't make sense to sit there and keep it. Regardless if you're going to sit there and say it for personal reasons or not, yeah, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it still does come down to money. And the last thing that a company wants to do is lose money. And we're going to be talking about all the shows tonight: General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless. As you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Let's do a quick roll call and get this started. Freddie is in the chat. How you doing tonight? J Blue's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tori's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Kevin's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lashanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lord B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Francis is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope everyone had a good day. Turn some music and get this started. I'm doing good, Freddie. Thank you for joining. So just sit there and kind of get this service announcement out the way, because I always got to make sure that everyone is on the same page as me. I'm doing good, Black Mom. Thank you for joining. Okay, so just keep in mind, if I do miss your comment, it is 17 people so far. There's only one of me. So I'm going to miss comments from time to time. So don't sit there and take offense. If it's really necessary or you really want to sit there and put it through, just write it again and I'll sit there and try to get to it. But just understand that I'm one person. Okay, so let's get this started. The chapter says, you was wrong about what? What was you wrong about? Ron says, I was laughing at Leo when Roman said that he would refuse the service even if he was wearing a white t-shirt. Listen, Roman, I don't think you're exactly in a position to really be turning down customers. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, you're just like one step below a dive bar, if we're going to be honest. Now, Lobby says, regarding Rich choice, I think it was a fair choice. And Lashanta said, I thought Sonny did that. Yeah, it makes sense. I remember that. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Lashanta. We can all be wrong sometimes. So, but I was surprised that I'm not gonna lie. I thought that Sonny was gonna pick up the phone. I knew that Valentine set them up. That Valentine set up Sonny. I just didn't think that that guy was gonna. I didn't think that Anna was gonna be able to call him. That's what I was shocked by. Was good, Bobby? Was good at the bank? Was good, Monique? Girl. And thank you, Freddie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, make sure you do hit that like button because it really does actually help. It was good, Ed. And thank you again, Freddie. Autumn was good. I know Jay Blue was actually good today. Autumn says Albert Valentine is an idiot when Anna called that burner phone and she realized it was Valentine on the other end asking if it was done. I'm like, can you say busted? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This thing, Valentine having that conversation with Brennan in the hall was stupid. Because there was no reason for it. There was no reason for Valentine and Brennan to have a conversation in the hallway. They could have did that right in his his hospital bed. And what's good, Deluxe? Oh, and Ron, I got a chance to look at Phoenix Tremaine video about the Nestle grind, and you're just gonna keep some to ask me questions. Bobby says Lee was acting like Steffi today. Yeah, Lee stayed doing too much. Bobby, Lee stayed doing too much. Ron says, Albert, what do you think? What do you think that Rafe should be terminated as commissioner? Although I'm happy my girl Melinda blackmailed him using the Gappy scapegoat. I don't think he should have been fired. Um, I'm just mad that he didn't sit there and arrest her. Because I think that Melinda was acting way too smug, and honestly, tell you the truth, I would have raped to wipe that smile off her face. And Jay Blue says the reason for that meeting was to prevent anybody from seeing them together. I mean, I get that. Yes, Lobby, I thought about him too. I thought about Curry's too when Deanna showed up. And I get that, Jay Blue. It just seemed like it was like they did all that just to go to the stairs where they won't meet together. But like, I guess that makes sense. But I guess that makes sense. It was just like y'all could have had that same meeting there. Like I felt like that was somewhat of an extra trip just for a meeting. You know. Autumn says, what do you think Ava's going to do with that recording with Natalia? Because if that recording was viral, Natalia is done because she sounds so homophobic. Yes, she does. Ava was right. And yeah, exactly. Ava was definitely right in 2024. I literally sat there. Ava looked at Natalia like she was an alien. Because honestly, tell you the truth, I don't meet a lot of people that still have that mindset. I don't. I So when she looked at it, she was like, "Yo, what is wrong with like yo?" She literally was like, Lashanta says, "I can't stand Natalia or Ava." Yeah, but let's be honest, Lashanta, Natalia is way worse than her. Well, Natalia is actually worse than Ava. Natalia is homophobic. Ava may be a snake, but like, and she ain't homophobic. So Kevin says, I hope, I'm hoping push Steffi out the company. They should make Thomas co-CEO. Exactly, Jay Bloom. Exactly. It's like that conversation just got worse and worse and worse. Um, the minute that they start talking about her daughter, Lashanta says nobody's worse than Ava. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody who's homophobic is actually worse than Ava. I mean, come on, Lashanta. I think homophobia kind of trumps um Ava stuff. Francis says Ava probably going to give it to Sunny. She is jealous, Natalia. Yes, makes a lot of sense. Jay Blue says, unfortunately, people are still like Natalia, especially some of the older generation. Yeah, yep. It's crazy, Jay Blue. Ed says, EJ had a lot of questions coming his way. Nobody coming to buy this. And I think Leo's going to be the one to get EJ part N to expose. I know Deluxe, even Diane was sitting there like, yo, is there anything you want to sit there and tell me? Because, like, I need to sit there and defend you. But, like, that's the thing, though, Deluxe. I'm like, I think so, Kevin. But my whole thing is, though, and I'm going to get you a question in 1 minute, Ron. My question is, though, how are you representing both of them? You know that they're at odds with each other. How are you representing Jason and Sonny? Ron says, "But if Lee tampered with the results of Luna, then the board members are, well, yeah, that's what I was saying, Ron. She's gonna be screwed. When this whole thing comes when this whole thing comes out in the open, Lee's not gonna have a job. That much is for certain. She does this, she's going to get exposed and she will not have a job. And I feel like maybe they're just writing her off. LaShanta says Carly was trying to talk to Sonny's arrogance. Well, he's also on his medication. I think people are just they keep forgetting about that. Monique says, well, maybe Zenday. I don't know about RJ. RJ is still new, so Ed says, do you think Rafe is going to be able to stay police commissioner? There's a good chance he won't. But also, there's a good chance that Melinda's going to go to jail. And she damn sure not going to be the DA. She's not going to be the DA. That much is for sure, Ed. Monique says Carly acting like she doesn't know how the mob works. She's been married to Sonny on and off for years, many years. She should know what to say and what not to say to spill all the tea to Brennan. What's good, Darby? Yes, LaShanta. What's good, Darby? Yeah, Katie pissed me off. Katie was like, "Oh, your sister's running a paternity test." Katie, it's none of your damn business. And yeah, Jay Bloom, that's why I'm like, I don't understand. And what's good, Melly Mel? I don't understand how are you working for both. Yeah, he kind of is LaShanta. I'll probably have to ask you, Ed. Yeah, I think you've been watching the show longer than me. Deluxe says Jason didn't look right shooting that little black gun. They need to give him back his silver gun. Listen, big gun or little gun, he still knows how to handle himself. Who will be DA? That's it. That's why I was just saying, Kevin. I okay. Usually have time to watch the future episodes of Young and the Restless. So hopefully I get a chance to watch it tonight. Susan, that's good. Bobby said Poppy had an unsafe paternity test. Wow. Ooh, very good point. But the thing is, how are you submit your trust in Lee? Like Lee came so nasty towards Poppy, and what you call is like, oh yeah, no, I totally trust her. Like, what? Yes, she is, Lashonda. She acts childish. She acts so damn childish. I'm like, for a woman in her 30s, you doing too much. Ed says, I don't know. I would say Jada put their staff been cut short a lot this year, and for the first time, I don't even know. Yeah, Poppy Lee's doing too much. Oh, you got a chance to saw it. Okay, state of mind. I try to, Freddie. Sometimes I try to sit down and watch it, but like it's usually so long that I just don't have time to sit down and watch the whole thing. Yeah, I know, Ron. I'm like Lee Lee barged in Force of Creation. Lee barged in Bill's home without knocking. But to be fair, Ron, Katie did the same thing too. Yeah, Lashonda, Poppy needs to get a backbone. It's ridiculous. No, the problem was that. No, the problem with that, Laura B, is that it's not her company. Like I get that, and what's good, Crystal? I get that, but like my whole thing is okay. Literally, yeah, I did, Ron. That's exactly what I said. I saw the video about Phoenix and Nancy, so I got a short that I'm gonna put out tonight. Darby says, Albert, what doctor at a major hospital has time to go to someone else's job in the daytime? Thank you. Thank you, Darby. Especially one that's as high as her. Just someone as high ranking as her. But that's the thing, Laura B. I'm like, Roger, that's his company. If he doesn't want you working there, then you can't work there. Like, it's just that simple. But Audra's more about winning than anything else. That's the problem, Laura B. Like she's more about revenge. She's not trying to be a good employee and be like, I work so hard here. It's like, no. She's doing it to try to take over, to try to get one over on Tucker. I was like, bro, you too old to be playing these games. Now it says I gotta get news that Cassie as Casey. Jack Deborah. I didn't know who that was. Yeah, no, he's gonna be back for the funeral. Kevin said, I wish they had another bold house. Another house on Bold and the Beautiful, I think you mean, right? Darby says, Audrey is an employee, period, Albert. Audrey is an employee, period, Albert. Audrey needs a wake up call from Tucker. Yeah, I'm like, you doing too much. That's the thing. It's like, you trying to go set up these different meetings and everything like that. And this is again the sad thing is that she's trying to stay like I mean she's trying to win like go somewhere, bro. Go be with Nate or something. One Nick says can't stay long just came and to say what's up on vacation in South Carolina celebrating brother's birthday. Well, Monique, tell your brother happy birthday. And I thank you for stopping by and I hope you enjoy your vacation. I know you work hard, Monique, and you deserve it. Ryan says, I bet I knew that EJ wasn't taking Sloan to. Well, of course, yeah, Ryan, everyone knew that. It was like, just like everyone knew that EJ was going to act like he got knocked out just to let Sloan go. Kevin says, I mean, a fashion house, oh, like a rivalry company. Crystal says, Sonny acts the same way on Office Matters. Not really. I don't think so. I gotta disagree with that. Yeah, Jay Blue. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. That's that's all I'm gonna say about that. No, so that I got good news that Josh as Nick is gonna have a standalone episode. That's what's up. I will actually watch that. I actually do like Nick. Despite people saying Nick is the devil, Nick is the Antichrist, Nick. So, okay. Absolutely, Kevin. He needs to go to jail, point blank, period. Well, Deluxe, even Diane isn't there questioning Sonny. As said, Jason would never turn on Sonny, but I'm glad Anna said when is enough enough. But I can't wait to see how Anna's going to handle Valentine. Yes. Ron says, I hope that Rafe will have the same energy to arrest AJ for knowing the truth. Yeah, I mean, AJ does need to be arrested. When that happens, up in the air. Jay Blue says, Sonny look out of it today when he was talking to Carly. Yeah, of course he did, because you know, he's not on his full dosage. Eagle Fang, how long can they stress this baby storyline on days? I hope Eric beats. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Eagle Fang. Burger says, I don't care how good look Lee looks on the outside or how good the blank is. If you're ugly on the inside, no man worth talking about is going to put up with her garbage. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, to be fair, Darby, hot women do usually have a um they do get a little bit more of a pass as far as tolerance. Let's be honest, men generally will have more patience for with hot women. Lashanta says, how do Hope think or Brooke contribute? Gotta do. How do Hope think or Brooke's contributions got to do with Hope? Well, no, this isn't even so much about Hope. This is about the Logan. Steffi is coming after the Logan. It's like this is a war. Like the Logans, haven't contributed to the yes, thank you, a longer tolerance level. So it's more about her acting like the Logans haven't done anything good for the company. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady was good. It wasn't funny. That's all, Ron. It wasn't live because it just wasn't funny. I didn't really care about the Rome and Kate scenes anyway. Well, not really. Mel says my tuition is that Ava's going to blab to Gabby once she is out of prison. Either that or Kristen. Darby says, what does Steffi bring to the business, Albert, compared to the Logans? Well, she's co-CEO, so I can imagine she does something. That's a good question. What's good, Rachel? But she is co-CEO, so let's not sit there and try to act like her contributions isn't valid. Kylie says Anna's face was priceless today. They Ava's face was priceless today. I guess so, Darby. I mean, I don't know exactly what she does as CEO, but I can imagine it's something important and crucial, though. Kylie says Ava, I can't even say anything. Yeah, the stuff that was coming out of Natalia's mouth, I was like, yo, Ed says, I hate to rewrite on Christina history with Sonny. She was always the child calling Sonny out on his behavior. She knew about Dante's shooting, and she knew he put the car bomb that almost cost her life. Oh. Yeah, and now she's all like, "Oh my goodness, like I've never seen Sonny act like this before. I didn't think he was capable. Like you didn't think a mob boss was capable of threatening people and hurting people." Kevin says, "Do you think Sonny and Avis slept together?" Well, I think it's possible that they will, but they didn't so far, though. Now says, my intuition correct that Alan has an evil twin because their clothes are different. I'm wondering about that myself. What's good, Jonathan? Charlie says, Christina sounded like her daddy said, you betrayed me. Yes, with Blaze. To be fair, Blaze, that was a stupid move, though. Ron says, what comes to your mind when Christina wanted to step in to try to seduce? Like you're pimping out your brother. Like you're pimping out your brother. No, his thing, Crystal. He's just been more smarter, right? Like he's not sitting there attacking people in bathrooms when God knows who can just walk on in. You know, that's the thing. Yeah, Sonny has threatened people before. How you doing, Sharian? I don't know who that is, but okay. My thing is, Crystal, is that he's been more smarter than that. Jonathan, I thought it was going to be Sonny. I thought Sonny was going to pick up the phone. I seriously did, Jonathan. I thought Sonny was going to pick up the phone. By the way, if everything works out, I'm going to have a surprise in about 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, of course not, Ron. I mean, it was a stupid plan. Like, what was the plan? He was gonna seduce. He was gonna seduce. He was gonna seduce Melinda. Melinda was gonna sit there and get Gabby out of jail just because she was just so happy with his results. Like, Kelly says, Sonny with Diane say, "LOL." He was like, "I didn't do anything." What? Yeah, Kevin. But to be fair, Katie also pissed me off today, though. RJ, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Well, Jonathan, if I told you, then it wouldn't be a surprise. That's a good one. But I'm gonna sit there and say no on that. Lashanta said if that man hurts Ashley or Tucker, we'll have a fit. And thank you, Lorby. Thank you. 34 people in the chat. We got 13 likes. Damn, I'm gonna have to hit the like button now. What's acting up for? Thank you. Yeah, but it's a good guess, but it's not him though, Jonathan. I don't know, Ron. We'll see. We'll see who the surprise is. But yeah, now we got 16 likes, so and 33 people in the chat. So make sure you hit that like button because it does actually help. Also, become a member. You have a lot of fun on weekends. Kevin is a new member. Um, it seemed like he had a good time. It's a good possibility, Kevin. It's a good possibility. If it may redeem his character a little bit. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jack will still act like a jackass about it, but yes, Freddie, special guest. So also, and thank you for mentioning that, Freddie. So when I do actually have somebody on, I can't always sit there and go um, back and forth with the chat. So just understand that. Johnson says, "What do you think of Desperado Piercer groveling?" It was so stupid, Jonathan. It was so pathetic. I'm like, here's the thing, Jonathan. She's been on desperate mode since her brother went to jail. She's been clinging on to, out of all people, Eric. Lashanta says, Albert, why Sonny didn't pick up on Natalia. You mean her homophobic? She wasn't as brazen as she was with Ava. Okay, Freddie. Gorgeous Queen Janet. I hope you are well and I hope you had a good day. Kelly says Jack was right. Val is only taking seconds to fall. Yeah, yeah, that was a threat right there. Ron, I thought it was stuff. I thought it was desperate. I thought Sloan was desperate, and I felt like they really ruined her character. She did all that for a man. That was that. As Ava played her cards good with Blaze mom with the record. But the thing is, Ed, she didn't even know she was recording it. She wasn't even aware that she was recording it. She was originally doing that to promote this new artist. Johnson said if Desperado Pearson gets arrested by then we may have a recast. I don't know. I don't know if she's necessarily I don't know if she's necessary if she gets arrested, I don't know if she's actually gonna like just come back though. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, I thought you was talking about Jack Deborah, not JJ. I don't really know who JJ is too much because that was before my time. Yeah, Kevin, they are. They're coming back for Doug's funeral. Johnson says she could when Nicole leaves EJ. I mean, maybe if they have more story for her. I think that really depends if they have more story for her. If they do, then yeah. But I don't know. There's something just telling me like maybe her character's just kind of done for now. But we'll see. Lashanta says Rome can refuse service to Leo. He needs to take Gabby's place. Again, I don't know exactly if he's in a position to really be refusing service. Deluxe says Brenna and Valentine will terminate each other. Of course they will. They're two snakes. The fact that they actually worked together that long is impressive. Well, says Albert, I knew that when Sloan was saying to Eric and Nicole, they're more than corrupt pieces of trash, EJ was going to show up. Well, yeah, I knew he was going to show up eventually. Johnson says, given the scenes for her and EJ today, there's potential between them. I guess you're seeing some that I don't. I mean, like I said, if there's good story, I'll watch it. Um, I know you clearly you want the character to be back on. I think if they fix the character and they don't make her so damn desperate, maybe. But I don't know. I'm just I think I'm more looking forward towards this week and the rest of the stuff, rather if they're just gonna sit there and keep Sloan on. Because I think she's a good character. They definitely screwed the pooch with it out. Yeah. And that's and it's funny too. I was watching a little bit of Brock TV, and he was like, why do they keep having Christina have these same damn conversations with every person that she met about Sunny and her relationship? Like you don't know who Sunny was. You acting like you brand new to this. Johnson says I would like her out of desperado mode. Yeah, you and me both. Mel says, Albert, this is not the first time that Leo has blackmailed, but also Sunny and Will a while back. Yeah, I heard. It was about an SH suit. I heard. Kevin says, do you Kevin says, do you think Sammy's coming back if EJ goes to jail? Probably not. I think that actress is done for the show for a while. What's good, Alyssa? Thank you for joining. What's good, Amy? Oh, Alyssa, I'm glad you're here. You were right. I was hoping I was going to see you this week. I really want to tell you that. Really want to tell you that. I was watching today's episode of General Hospital, and I was like, yeah, Alyssa was right. I was like, my girl was right today. Listen, when I'm wrong, I'll sit there and admit it. I'll admit when I'm wrong. When does Doug? That's a good question, Krista, because they usually shoot like months in advance. So Natalia, unless you was right about Natalia. It was bad. Ooh, it was bad. Even Ava looked at her like she looked at her like she saw an alien. The stuff that was coming out of Natalia's mouth, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, I was like, I yeah, I know. My point is, Alyssa, you are right. Thank you, Freddie. Make sure you do hit that like button because it does actually help. Was good, Big Nate? They were good for the most part. Johnson says, I didn't think Sonny sent the hit on Jason because if he wanted him later hit somebody. Yeah, I knew that as well. I knew that as well, Jonathan. I was just surprised. I thought that they were going to try to set that guy up, be like, oh, well, that's one of Sonny's men. Kevin says, I wonder Liam and Hope get together. I think it'll be too soon. I mean, they broke up, they divorced, and back on. It was good, Big Nate. Says Jessica Sloan has wrapped up her run of Salem as the when EJ allows Sloan to go. Oh, okay. So it's today. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, I get that, Ryan. Yeah, obviously. Um, I'm just like, I don't know if you're exactly in a position to really be, you know. Listen, Bold and Days were good. Wino was okay. I know Jay's was a hot mess for sure, even though I didn't watch. Yeah, if you do get a chance to watch, the scene I'm talking about is with Ava and Natalia. I was watching it, and just the stuff that was coming out of her mouth, I was thinking about you. Yeah, she was right. Hey, listen, when you're right, you're right. She was like, well, I'm just very old fashioned. I was like, yeah, that's what we'll call it. Like, that's what we'll call it. Uh, it was kind of pointless. I mean, yeah, Leo questioned EJ about like, why are you giving me this money to, you know, not say anything. Yep, that's pretty correct. That's pretty accurate, Melissa. Yep. But it was like he's questioning why. I'm like, Jonathan, somebody else said the same thing. I can't remember who, but somebody else actually said the same thing. Yeah, Kevin, hopefully I'll pick up. Hopefully it'll pick up. I mean, besides that, I think GH has other problems besides just the ratings. So far, yeah, I'm wondering when that's going to, because that's the thing, Alyssa, it's going to happen. Yeah, it wouldn't have done much any good, though. But yes, Jonathan, somebody else actually said the same thing before you came in. Um, Mel says Gina as Dawn is Tucker's assistant who is in Paris and helping him, and she will be around for several episodes. Yeah, I was wondering who she was. I mean, and she's not really at much of the story, then it's like, okay. Um, Audrey be doing too much. Audrey be doing way, way, way too much. Um, and her whole thing is about winning and losing and doing this other BS. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? But today is actually the first day that I got to actually do reviews on all four soaps. Like that's a rarity. Alyssa says Melinda Blackman raped, that's why she ain't gonna go to jail for involvement yet. She's not gonna go to jail yet. If she doesn't go to jail at all, I think I'll be surprised. Um, Kevin saying Dawn becoming like Tucker. How? Why was they messy discussing Chrissy Ava so manipulative? You know, it's probably the least thing that yeah, Alyssa, like I said, I would just laugh because I was like, bro, don't take this the wrong way, but your establishment is like a step above a dive bar. You may not be exactly in a position to really be turning down service. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, you may not exactly be in that position to really do that. Um, yeah, I heard that he had some sort of twin or something. Oh, Aries Clark, Queen Nakesha, how are you?
Hey,
How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
well. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm
I
talking
want to
over
sit.
top of you already. I'm sorry. I
That's
think
all
we have a
good.
delay. I think
Okay, it's
there's a
all good.
delay.
That's right. It's Queen
Okay.
Nakesha,
It's
the
been a
fan favorite.
minute.
It's been a hot minute. It's good to see you.
I miss you. I miss everybody. I miss you guys. I feel like I don't even know how long it's been. Too long.
Too. Yeah, I was sitting there telling people, I was like, got a surprise. I think Ron was the only person that guessed it, though.
Oh, thank you, Ron. I miss you especially, Ron. We
That's
we had our wedding. Now we just need the baby shower.
right. She still remembers. I love it.
That's what's coming next.
So, how have you been doing as far as everything? You don't have to get into too much, but I hope everything is starting to be a little on uphill, I guess.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. One day at a time. I've just been busy with life, single mom stuff, but things are evening out a little bit. Finally have a little bit of spare time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you was able to sit there and come here and 'cause like I said, we missed you. I missed you. Um, always just hoping you was okay and stuff, and just know that we're here for you. So, of
Thank you. Appreciate that.
course. Um, have you got a chance to watch any of the soaps lately?
Yeah, I kind of I only watch Young and the Restless here and there, but I know at least what's going on with Ashley's storyline. I think I'm caught up. General Hospital I watch every day. Bold and the Beautiful. I don't know why I watch every day, but I do. So, so I'm caught up on that. What is? I didn't even look to see what the topic was tonight. I'm sorry. I got my phone right here so I can see the chat this time, so I can see the topic. Oh, you talking about Bold and the Beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Should Ridge cut Hope? Yes. Don't nobody cares about Hope. They should fire Hope. I don't like Hope. I don't like her with her fantasies now. Now she fantasizing about Finn. No, Stephanie needs to get rid of Hope.
Kyrie's,
I don't know what Hope does. I'm sorry.
what? I think she's like an influencer or something. That's really good. Yeah, I know. I know. That's a very yeah. And Kyrie says, today good day work was decent. Now I saw two beautiful queens, Queen Nakesha and Deanna. I'm thrilled. Life is great.
Hey, Kyrese, I miss you. I miss your streams too. I got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, Kyrie's is doing an amazing job. I have to sit there and say he's killing it. I'm very very proud and very happy for him. So
Yeah, I know his audience has grown a lot.
yeah, he's grown and matured and just he's thriving. So I couldn't be happier. And yeah, that's a good question. What does Hope actually do? It's weird. I've been watching the show for like 2.5 years, and I don't even know what Hope does. That's
Get on
bad.
my nerves. I know that I really don't think she brings much to the line because if the line couldn't function without Thomas, then runs the line, not Hope.
I said the same thing. Alyssa says, Nakisha, what do you think about the paternity storyline with Luna, Bill, and Poppy and Lee?
Ugh, I think it's stupid because we did this already, but it's Bold and the Beautiful, so it's its own little world. But I thought of an idea today that I think would make that story better. Let me make sure I say it right. So we know Lee is doing the test, right? She wants to be the one that can. She's conducting the test. Bill said it's fine to let her do it. I think Lee should plan on should fake the DNA test because she doesn't want Bill to be the father because she's had a crush on Bill since forever. So I think but she needs some fake DNA. She needs some DNA, some male DNA. So I think Finn should pop up. And so since Finn is there, she should get Finn's DNA and use Finn's DNA for the test, and should be all smug and be happy thinking the test is going to come back negative, so that Bill won't be the father because she used Finn's DNA. But then the test should come back positive. And so Finn should really be Luna's dad, but then Lee isn't going to want to say anything 'cause she isn't going to want Finn to know he's the father. But she'll know the secret the whole time while Bill and Luna and Poppy are bonding and trying to be a happy little family. And then in July sweeps, the truth can come out. That's what I think.
Hmm, I like
Otherwise,
that.
I think it's going to be boring.
Now I got a question for you. You've heard about the gates and everything like that. What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited for it? Are you like what's your thoughts on that?
I'm excited for it. I'm excited. So I think like most of us who've been watching soaps for a while, we care about the history of the soaps. And so that's why it's hard for me to start watching a new soap like Days of Our Lives and really take it seriously because I'll always be at a disadvantage because I don't know the history. I can never like learn all the history as much as I do with like um, General Hospital. So with the Gates, it'll be nice to be able to watch the show from the very beginning and automatically like know everything and see how the storylines untangle and how they can make the people have relationships that shouldn't have relationships and all of that. I hope they have a decent sized cast. I hope it's not just black people. I hope they have some other races in there too. I hope it's good writing and good acting. I only want the best for it. I'm glad that it's they're not taking Bold and the Beautiful spot because I feel like if they took Bold and the Beautiful's time slot, it would put them at an automatic disadvantage because you would have people who fans of Bold and the Beautiful who would hate them without even giving them a chance. So I'm glad it was a talk. I don't think the talk has any fans that are like, oh no, I'm gonna miss the talk.
Yeah. I mean, there's always, the backlash already of the show, being like, oh, they're dividing us and this, that, and the third. And it's like really?
I don't see how it's divisive. Like there is a void that exists. If there was equal representation among the existing soap operas in America, then there would be no need to have a more diverse show. But all
Yeah.
the shows tend to be lacking in that. And it's not just lacking on racial things. It's a lot of lacking, a lot of representation that's lacking on the soaps.
Yeah. What kind of fan casting would you want for the show? Any actors you can think of?
I want Shamar Moore. I don't want him to stay on the show, but I want him to be there for like the first couple of months. I want him to be like the patriarch of the family, and then maybe he could like die off or something. But I think it'd be really cool for like long-term soap fans to have him pop back up, and I think he actually would. As far as I've seen throughout his career, he's remained pretty humble and always open to acknowledging where he came from, unlike a lot of people. Um, oh my gosh, what's the lady's name? Also from Young and the Restless, Victoria Rao. Is that the lady that
Yeah.
sued?
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would love that, but I doubt that because she did sue, and it's the same network, so probably not her. I would like her to have another chance, in the genre. I feel like she got dealt a raw hand. Um, the first Jordan from General Hospital, Vanessa. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think
I know you
Antoine.
talk.
Antoine.
Yeah.
Her, she was amazing. I would love to have her and have someone really know what to do with her. She made me a fan of Jordan right away. Jordan was such a dynamic character. She had like her character had depth when it was that Jordan. With every recast, they watered Jordan down more and more. So we're like, I don't even know what her personality is. She just
Hmm.
pines for Curtis. Still love Curtis, by the way. Yo,
Uh,
did
Talia
y'all
White.
see? Yeah, I'll take Julia White. Maybe for he can be known for something besides Urkel. Give him a chance. I take that. I was laughing because I was remembering that how many times Nina has been in the room with Curtis since he been walking, and she hasn't noticed anything. She ain't said nothing. That is not his friend. Nina has no depth. She ain't shit. I'm sorry, excuse my language. But I've got a kick out of that every time Nina has been in the scene with Curtis, and it's like he's just been walking this whole time. The writers don't do her any favors for her character. They really don't. And now she thinks she's in a relationship with Drew. She said that's the gentleman she's seeing. Wow.
Do you think that and thank you, Jonathan and Kyrie's. Do you think that Hobby would be good on that show?
If they write for her, she would be good if they write her a strong character with like personality, maybe more comedic. I don't want to see her in anything like too emotional. I don't think that's her strong suit. But I would love to see her have an opportunity and get a little more done than General Hospital's been doing, especially lately. I don't know what they're doing with her. Well, I know they're probably what's Geo, the new
Yep.
cousin. I guess he's gonna be her new love interest that appears. I don't think he's gonna be for Joss. She's still pounding over Dex. So I'm glad they're giving her something. I don't know. I think what thanks to the fans putting Sprina together more than the show itself, I think that was something really special in that pairing, and I just don't know if they're gonna give her the same attention as they did before without Nicholas being there, Spencer.
Janice
Carter,
says,
I don't know. I think Carter deserves to be stuck on Bold and the Beautiful because he's one of the writers, and if he helps write that, then he should suffer.
"See, I missed you. I missed your wet."
Thank you. I like Carter. I try to like Carter's character. It's just they don't give him much to do. I watched some clips from older clips from Bold and the Beautiful, and I saw that he was almost paired with Steffi once, and they had some chemistry. I think that would have been interesting. Even now, I might would like to see that. I don't really see anything happening much with her, with him and Katie, and now they got Katie all of a sudden caring about Bill, which she didn't before. She made it very clear she didn't want Bill. I don't like them using her character in that way. So I actually like Katie. She looks kind of pathetic right now.
Yeah, you need to check out your girl. Yeah, and yeah, yeah. She was definitely on one today.
Oh, I don't remember. I was braiding my son's hair during General Hospital, so I may have missed. What did Natalia do? I know Ava. Oh, I know Ava got her. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, it took me a second.
Yeah,
I hate what they're doing with Ava. They're making her so bad now. It's like everything bad on General Hospital is gonna be Ava's fault. I don't like it.
Johnson says, "How about Sean Blakemore from the Gapes?"
Yes, a million times yes. General Hospital didn't deserve Sean. He was a good actor.
Yeah, they definitely wasted him when he came back. Like they did, and I was like, wow. And I was so hyped when Sean was coming back, and then it was like, so this is what you gonna give us? Like, really?
Yeah, they kept him in Pinville forever for a crime he didn't commit. So when he finally got out, I was hopeful. I enjoyed the chemistry between him and Alexis. It's hard for me to root for a couple with Alexis in it, but I like their chemistry. I would have been open to seeing that more so than what they did with her and Gregory. That was never romantic.
What did you think of that though? Like his death and everything.
Mm. Unpopular opinion. I think it could have been a really beautiful story. I think they wasted the potential. I think that the way Gregory died is one of the best ways to go. Like I'm about to be 42 this year, so I'm getting older. So you start to think about that stuff. And if I gotta go, it would be nice to just lay down and go to sleep. And not only that, to go to sleep and leave peacefully, but that he had months. He had like a year to know that he was gonna die before it happened. I think that could be have been really beautiful and really special. And that they started to tell that story when they had him jumping out of the plane and having his bucket list, but that they should have showed us more scenes of him spending time with Violet, telling Violet about his childhood, recording himself making video stories for his future grandkids that he'll never know, right? Stuff like that could have pulled at our heartstrings, and I think it would have made me care more about not even Gregory the character, but the absence, the void that he's gonna leave. Right now, I don't really. I don't care about Finn that much. I liked Finn with Hayden. That's just about it. I don't know why they acting like he's an alcoholic. Maybe it's just me, but I don't remember Finn being an alcoholic. I thought Finn took some other drugs that he was taking for his disease.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know why
was.
they acting.
Well,
I
see, the
get
thing
that
is,
you. Mhm.
they say it's a trigger, so it's like the alcohol is supposed to be a trigger for the pills. I don't get
Yeah, but
that,
we
but
they need to say that then. They shouldn't just have us as an audience have to fill in those gaps. Finn should have, when Elizabeth caught him drinking and tried to break bad on him, he should have said something to the effect of, it was just a drink. Pills was my issue. He should have never been going to Alcoholics Anonymous. He should have been going to Narcotics Anonymous, unless it's the same meeting. But then they should have been clear. I just felt like they were trying to rewrite history, and I don't like that, especially because I don't care about Finn. I don't care about Finn. I don't care about Violet, not unless Hayden exists. I cared about Chase when he was with Willow. I don't care about him. I don't even care about him grieving for Gregory because I feel like they could have done a lot of this grieving up front, and then I think I would have cared. It's everybody's acting like it came out of the blue, and you had a year to process this and understand this. Gregory should have planned his funeral. We should have gotten to see Gregory plan his funeral. We should have seen him be able to pick out a coffin or urn or whatever, depending on the way that he wants to go. We should have been able to see him like meet with the funeral director, him trying to do everything by himself because he doesn't want to put the burden on Chase and Finn. Maybe Tracy could have helped him through it. But if they wanted us to care about that I think we should have done that. I think that's how you treat a dying storyline with a terminal disease. Like he had temper tantrums the whole time, and it's the same temper tantrum over and over. I know I'm heartless. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
no,
care
no,
about
no,
none of
no,
that.
no, no, no. I just no. It's refreshing, and it's also one of those things where it's like, see, this is why they need Nakesha writing for these shows, especially GH. Like they need it. I mean, the other ones need it too, but like ratings wise, GH needs it. So
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing with. I know they're in transition. I was willing to give them 6 months to a year for the new writers to really be able to take over and tell their own story. But it's like they flipped back and forth too many times already. And I know there's been they rehired a writer, fired a writer, all this back and forth. Dan is still there, or Chris, one of them two is still there. And then now they got rid of Patrick. But it's just the shifts that they're making is too sudden. Like it's too sudden. I don't understand how Anna went from leaning on Sonny, crying on his damn shoulder all summer about her own crimes, to all of a sudden thinking he's the worst person in the world, to being willing to work with Jason. Meanwhile, Sonny ain't never killed nobody. Jason killed the people for Sonny. So I don't understand Anna, and I don't understand Laura why she spent the past 3 months trying to talk about how Heather maybe should get out of jail, and then now she's acting like that's not what she's doing. Like, no, I'm not trying to get her released. I'm just looking into it. What are you talking about? Like that does not make sense, even within the flow of the singular one conversation. Laura, you're not making sense, and that's the writer's fault. And I can give them leeway because I understand there's a change in the writers, but they're making it too fast. Like at least have some exposition, have some dialogue, have them talk this shit out so we understand the way of they thinking. I don't know. They're just not doing a good job with at least with Anna and Laura and Liz either. I don't really like what they're doing with Liz.
yeah, the judgmental thing, and it's just like, there's a scene where Finn explains, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I was out of pocket, my dad just died, and she was all like, well, I would never sit and expect you to do something like that. I was just trying to help. It was like, did you not just hear what this man just said? Even Chase was like, you give him some grace, like our dad just passed. Like, what are you doing at this point? I mean, I've heard that Liz has, even back in the day, has been somewhat hypocritical and kind of judgmental. And I haven't seen it, but I'm a lot older now, so maybe I see stuff that I haven't seen before. So
Yeah, I don't mind the way she's talking to Finn because I don't like Finn. But I felt like I felt like her concern should have been for her niece. She should remember that that's her niece because that's her sister's child, and that's the role she should have played with Finn. Even if like she could have been like, okay, I will let you be if you want to drink in your grief, go nuts. Let me take my niece home with me because her mother isn't here. My sister, and maybe even if she did show some compassion, that should have been more about her authority as her aunt versus trying to tell Finn what to do. But I also didn't like the way Finn talked to her. But I'm ready for them to break up. I read I saw I think it was Soaps Dirt soaps. What is it? Soap and dirt. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. I'm such an
It
old lady.
it
But
might be so
whatever.
digest. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Some one of the channels said that they thought they were paving the way for a Liz and Jason reunion. I didn't see it until they said it, and then I was like, maybe that's where they're going because he's. I thought it was going to be Carly, and I would have been okay with that, even though people don't like it. I would have liked it because Jason loved Carly first. But since they're not going that way, maybe why not? I don't want Jason and Sam. Now Sam is another character, another woman character that they're writing ridiculously. She hated Jason. Then in the same episode, she wouldn't tell Dante now they gotta help Jason. And now she wants Spinelli to risk being away from his kids to help Jason. I don't know. It's just I'm getting
Yeah.
whiplash. And I love Sam, but they're not doing her any favors either.
No, they're not. And I've sat there and even when she was getting out of pocket and she was acting very Karen like to Jason one minute, then she snipped to talking to Smelly like, oh well, can you help me because we got to sit there and help out Danny and stuff like that. I was like, what about his daughter? We just gonna act like Spinelli doesn't have a daughter, like he doesn't have family. Like I get that, and the thing that really annoyed me, I was like, I get that Jason will sit there and put other people's kids before his own, but now you're supposed to ask Spinelli to do the same thing. I'm like, this no, we're not gonna be doing that.
The writers don't understand how to tell the story. They are thinking of just telling the story and having the characters do whatever in service of the story. Where if they write for the characters, we will put up with any kind of bullshit in the story. We'll believe anything if they write for the characters the right way, but they're doing it backwards. And so like it doesn't make sense. You should not have soap opera fans questioning reality on a soap. We can pay buy into anything. If we're not buying into something, it's just because they're not making it make sense for us. The characters aren't behaving properly. If the characters believe it, we will believe it because we love the characters.
You'll be listen. If you ever get the time, I think you'll be a great soap reviewer. Like you'll be a great soap reviewer. I'm just saying. Like me and Brock will sit there and have some competition because you know your stuff. So.
I appreciate that. I would love to. If I only had the time. Just a fan. But I appreciate
A
you letting me
fan
come on so I can.
that's knowledgeable though. Like you're not just a fan, you're a fan that's knowledgeable.
You know, fans are we're the most knowledgeable. We know more about these characters than the actors do,
Yeah,
and we
that's actually
remember.
true. But in the case, you're always welcome. Like I said, anytime you want to come through, it's like, oh, I'm coming through. I'm like, okay. That's where we're
Thank
at now.
you.
We just act like, oh, I'm coming through. I'm like, okay. I'll send you
I'm
the link.
grateful.
Like I said, you've been missed though. I seen you. I think I seen one comment. I think you was watching Query. That was like a while back. So I was like, I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah, I haven't checked in with her, watching her videos in at least a week either. Yeah, just been preoccupied.
And Cat Lady, she's doing her videos now. She's doing live streams. Alyssa's
Oh
thinking about
wow,
doing videos. So like, and she's thinking about doing live streams. So it's like they're just coming out of
everybody
nowhere now.
doing their own thing. That's
Yeah.
exciting. I'm subs. Well, I don't know, Alyssa. I don't think I'm subscribed to you. I don't know your channel, but I'm subscribed to Catwoman, Catwoman. But I'll subscribe to you, Alyssa. I'll watch you guys whenever I can. I'll support everybody. Love you guys.
And Nakesha is an amazing supporter. Like I've seen you support so many channels. GH Sunday Shift, I usually see you supporting the ladies and stuff. So like, if Nakisha's watching, then you're doing something right. So
Yeah, I watch as many people as I can. I watch Haris. I watch Dion. I shouldn't have started naming people because now I'm gonna forget. Um, I watch a lot of. Well, I don't watch everybody, but I watch a few people. I watch people that actually enjoy the shows. That's the main thing I care about. I'm a fan, so I support other fans, and I like hearing different points of view. It's not. just confirming everything that I think or believe. I like hearing what different people think and how different people interpret. I like watching different reviewers because I'll watch five people who watch the same episode and everyone will have a different take on it and it'll like expand what the way I see things as well. So sometimes some things that some one of you guys will say will spark an idea, and I have a really good idea for a story. I love coming up with my ideas.
Because usually your idea is a lot better than with the show. It's not their writing like 90% of the time. So
We're fans. Fans, we have the best ideas. You know the history.
yeah, we've been watching it for a while and we're dedicated to the show. And it's one of the very few genres that you can literally sit there and watch somebody grow in age, like Star Manning or Robin from General Hospital. Like you literally grow with them. It's insane. Or even Lily from The Young and the Restless. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I don't like her. I watched clips. I like the other Lily. I think the other Lily was a better actress. Excuse the noise. That's my ice machine. If y'all heard it, I didn't realize it was on. Sorry.
well,
Did
that's
you
what
guys
we got.
talk about Ivy at all? I wanted to complain about Ivy. Is that all of Ivy? That she just came to kiss Liam and make Steffi jealous? Is that
See?
it? Does anybody know? Is that all? I don't like that. I think it's a waste of the actress's time. I can't believe that's all they had her do. I was so
Yeah,
excited to have the actress back. I like that character.
yeah. She
It's,
came in for a little bit. I wasn't a fan of her because I felt like she was just doing a little bit too much. But like, it was sort of like Xander. Like Xander came in and it was just like, okay, so you're gonna be back on. You're gonna be sitting there bringing the Avons back on. Nope.
that would be nice. I think when you came in, I think when you started watching Bold and the Beautiful, because I think I actually remember because of the storyline. Because I was already watching you watch General Hospital, and you were thinking about watching Bold and the Beautiful, and it was when Eric was having his dysfunction storyline
Mhm.
with Quinn and Carter. Because a lot of us were like, "Start watching now. Now's a great time," because it was so wild.
Mhm.
It was such a wild story. Yeah, I think you just missed Ivy's good stuff. By the time you were watching, she was just trying to be like Steffi Jr. because she was obsessed with Liam. She had some good stuff before that. She was with Thomas before. She was with Wyatt before. Not that they were great, but she was a better character than she was at the end. They wasted her.
And Prez, Keisha, why is it not? You're doing great. Keep doing your thing, and for all the other streamers as well. Yeah, Nakesha is a natural.
Thank
Keisha,
you.
you're a
Uh,
natural.
I appreciate that. I'm just happy to talk about the shows I care about. I'm happy to have somebody to talk to and everybody
Yeah.
listening and watching.
It's just see, I love doing these type of stuff. Just like talking and about these different shows because it's like there's so much bad stuff that goes in the world. You heard about the whole Johnny thing, Johnny Wagner and everything, and it's just one of those things where it's like always feels like you have to enjoy the little moments because you never know. Stuff like this, people come together just to talk about the shows after a long day of work. Enjoying those little moments is like because you never know. You know.
Yeah, I was incredibly sad. I was um I was scrolling through something on my phone and I was right in the living room with my kids when I saw the article and I yelled out loud. I was like, "No, this can't be true." They were like, "What happened? What happened?" I was like, "Wait, I think it's wrong." And I had to like scroll and read and be like, "No, this really happened." It's shocking. He was so young. It's another just an unfair. And selfishly, I wanted Brando back. I had written fan fiction with Brando back. I never wanted him to kill his character. Um, I think it was the wrong choice to make. I think there are other people they could have got rid of. I don't know why you would live in a world where you kill off a Brando character and bring on a Cody character. Why would we do that? But
Yeah.
they did. So I wanted him back. So I am sad that that will never happen. I don't want Brando back if it's not going to be Johnny playing him. I think it was something very special about Johnny. Something. think he was a kind heart, and it shines through in his character. So Brando died with him for me. I'm sorry for his family because I can't imagine what a loss it is. If we saw the goodness in him just through the shine through in the character that he played, he has to have been a really good person in his heart. His mother, his parents are outliving him. No parent should have to bury their kid.
Yeah. Um, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, selfish people in this world had to sit there and take a good person, and it's just, it's heartbreaking. Kyrie says, Albert, tell Nakesha your nasty name for it's not nasty, Kyrie's. I called her radiant. I said that Nikki Newman, when she came back from rehab, that she was glowing, she was radiant, and Kyrie is not a fan of that.
Mm,
So
yeah, I don't like talking bad about people, but I don't like Nikki. The actress is fine. I don't like Nikki, but I'm not gonna talk about her looks because then that would we ain't even talking about the actress. But I don't like the character. I don't like Nikki at all. Nikki could drown in a bottle of vodka, and I'd be like, drink up. I was happy when she started drinking. When she finally gave in that room and started drinking, I was like, you thirsty? Do it. I don't like Nikki because it was. We always knew it was gonna be temporary. Yeah, they made the Newman suffer for a little while, but we always knew it was a limited plot. The Newmans are never gonna suffer for long. Nikki will always triumph, and not in a way like Carly on General Hospital, where I can champion and support her. In a way where I have this thing. I don't. Yeah, I don't care for her. She's not showing me anything to care for. Maybe if I haven't watched her since her stripping days and I had seen the character grow and evolve, but I haven't seen it. I just seen her judging Adam all the time and everybody. She's very judgmental and hypocritical. I don't know how you
yeah.
be a stripper and then judge anybody.
Well, I think it was either Dolomedics or whatever, but he was like, she went from the pole to the boardroom, so that's an accomplishment in itself.
Mm, yeah, yeah, and this is not to disrespect Dolly. I like Dolly. I respect his opinions a lot. But Nikki, would she been able to have Pat do that without Victor? I don't know because I didn't watch it, so maybe so. I don't know. That's not the impression that I get. So.
But I mean, I give the actress a lot of credit because she's been doing it for like 40 something years. Like that's a long time. Like I have so much respect for like her and like Victor, where I feel like they're so in tune with these characters that they can kind of improv some of their lines and be like, I know what Victor would say, or I know what Nikki would say because I've been playing them for so long. So I always sit there and give them props for just being able to do it for that long. That's a long time. Like that is half your life right there. You stop to think about that.
Yeah. I know Anthony Geary used to do that. I remember some of the writers didn't like it when he used to do that on General Hospital. But I think once you've been on the show so long, I guess there's a level of respect they give you that you're allowed to do that. I think it's probably good if you actually know the character. It's fine. I don't really care that much about I care enough about Young and the Restless.
Mm-hmm.
All the characters I like they got rid of.
Oh no,
Hey
it's just nice.
Solomon.
It's nice to see you again. You look great.
Thank you. Keep your screen resolution low. I
Nah,
appreciate it.
she's on
I
point.
had a
She's always on point.
no, thank you. I had another idea I wanted to tell you guys for Bold and the Beautiful. I want Luna to be pregnant. I want her to find out she's pregnant in a couple of months, assume that it's RJ's baby, and then have that baby pop out chocolate. Because the test she took the first time for Zende was the defective test. I feel like Bold and the Beautiful does the same stories over and over, and I know they did that story. It was before I started watching it, but I know they did that story with Rick and Amber and Usher. Usher apparently had messed with Amber, and Amber was with Rick, and then Amber and Rick was gonna have a baby, but then the baby came out, and it was chocolate like Usher Raymond, the R&B singer. Usher. So they can do that again. I would love to see the face on those people if a little chocolate baby popped out.
Oh,
I
that'd be
feel
good.
like it would fit Bold and the Beautiful because they've done it before, but also they like to do when they bring on these actors, they do brief, they do 1 year, 2 year stories, whatever their contract is. They write story that's finite for that story, and then you never see them again. So I feel like Luna could have her chocolate baby, and then her and Zendaya could go off to Paris, and then we never see them again. Not that I don't want to ever see Zendaya again. I just don't. I don't like this actor that's playing Zendaya. I don't believe him as Zendaya. I like the character of Zendaya with the previous actor, but this guy he doesn't have the same charisma that the first actor did. I don't believe that any woman would swim over this Zendaya. No offense, he's just not charming at all.
Hmm. Do you feel the same way about the actor that played Nate? Like, do you like the other one? I don't know how long you was watching YNR for. I know they had another Nate before they had the other guy.
Yeah, I barely saw him. When you said that, it sparked my memory, and I can picture him. I do remember him, but barely. Is from what I can tell, they've given this new actor more story as Nate than they gave the other one, at least during the time that I was watching. So I don't really have a comparison. But I like the actor. I like the actor that plays Nate because he must be a great actor because I don't like Nate the character. He makes
Hmm.
me not like Nate. But he's nice to look at. I can appreciate that.
What got
But
you into watching the Restless Stone?
Steve Burton, when Jason left General Hospital that time and he came to Young and the Restless and he played Nikki's son, Dylan something.
Yeah.
That's when I started watching. That's also when I started watching Bold and the Beautiful. I started watching Young and the Restless to watch Jason on Young and the Restless, and since Bold and the Beautiful came on right after it, I just kept the TV on.
Yeah.
But the story was really good then. They were had just started the Avant family. They did the Maya coming out as transgender. I like Rick hating Ridge because I also hate Ridge. Um, I seen a lot of the love triangles. I liked Sally Spectra's story when she first came on before they made her obsessed with Liam. I liked her with doing the fashion warfare with the Foresters and copying their designs and stuff. That was cool.
Oh wow. Sound like some very exciting stories that I missed.
It used to be Bill blew up the building with Sally and Liam inside of it.
Yeah, I heard
Bill was
about that.
ruthless. Yeah, Bold and the Beauty we used to do stuff. Yeah, I I think it kept going down. It was becoming less and less good, but after COVID, it's never bounced back.
Yeah.
Because even before the pandemic, they were doing better story. They had the Wayne Brady come and steal the baby. They had the Flow story. They had all of that with Hope and Steffi having the baby. That was, I mean, it's Bold and the Beautiful, so it's Bold and Beautiful. But it was a good story for Bold and the Beautiful. But that's the last really good story that I think they've had. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I came and started watching it, besides the whole Eric and his issue, um, there was supposed to be, I guess, this lovemaking scene between Wyatt and some doll or something like that. And I was just like, I don't know what this show is. This is great, and thank you everyone for telling me to watch this because I don't think I've laughed so hard about a soap opera ever. So it was perfect.
That was because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
At the same time, they had Thomas making out with the mannequin. That was
Oh yeah.
But at least that was actually a good story because they built it into the story that he was having fantasies about Hope and that he had the brain tumor. I think that actually worked well, even though it was wild. But that was them being creative because it wasn't because that was the story. It was because of the pandemic and they couldn't have people making out. So that's where that came from. I
Yeah.
wish that they would show that capability of having creative writing nowadays. I really feel like my daughter and I were talking, and we really believe that they use AI to write the scripts. I think that they feed into the AI that we want, they put in like two sentences of what they want a scene to be, and then say we need this dialogue stretched over 5 minutes. and they feed it into the AI because they just talk in circles.
Yes.
Every scene they say the same thing over and over, and I cannot believe a human being could be so redundant. And so they should be fired because you gotta be more creative than that. But maybe not because we still watching it. I don't know. Maybe we're the problem.
Well, I mean, it's funny too because like when you bring that up, I'm just sitting there because James is always sitting there saying you never know who's watching, and I can only imagine one of the writers being like, "I think she caught on. I think she actually. We're gonna have to kind of switch things up a little bit."
Busted. We figured you out. It's very obvious. Like, because that's why I think, and I especially do actually genuinely believe that with Bold and the Beautiful because they obviously have less money. I think that's part of the reason they 6 people on a cast, and I think that that saves them money on writers to just be able to have head script writers, but as far as the breakdowns of the scenes, it's given AI.
Hmm.
It's so ridiculous. Like, and I don't have to. Now I'm talking in circles, but that's what they do. They say the same thing over and over. Like I
Well,
literally will
it's good.
watch it. Then my daughter and I watch it, and we're like, this show is so slow and so long at the same time. It'll feel like we've only been watching for 5 minutes because they haven't said anything, but then the show will be over, and it's like, did we watch it? What happened? And then we don't. We look back at the week. It's like, did we watch it every day, or did we only see 2 episodes because only like 2 things happened? It's really sad because they can do better. I could do better. Lots of us could do better.
Well, like you said, you hit something. You was like, maybe we're the problem, right? Because we're still watching. We're still watching. I'm still reviewing it. So by proxy, I'm still promoting this show that is just doing what you just said that they're doing. So it's just a very, very bad, vicious cycle. So what do you think the solution is to that?
Better writers because I'm in it now. I'm Leo. I'm loyal. I'm here.
Yeah.
But they could make it better so that they don't get canceled because I honestly think they were going to get canceled. I do think that they will phase Bold and the Beautiful out in the next couple of years. In my mind, because I make up what makes sense in my mind as a writer, I just decided that's the shit that happened. So I think that what happened is that Bold and the Beautiful was close to being canceled, and they didn't want to give the Gates that burden of being the show that took the Bold and Beautiful's place. So yeah, I feel like 2 more years, Bold and Beautiful will be off the air.
Well, they did
I
give him
just
a
don't.
contract for 2 more years, though. I think they did extend it for like
Uh,
2 more years. So,
okay, well, I'll be interested if they give them more than that. It really feels like they don't even try. Like,
what about with General Hospital? Do you think that
General
show will get
Hospital is
canceled?
gonna exist forever. It's gonna be on forever, so that my daughter will watch it with her grandchildren one day and tell them how she used to watch it with me. No, I don't know how much longer they actually have. I want them to be on forever. Um, But I don't. It's hard to say now, especially with the way the writing has been the past couple of months. Like the new writer started off great, but whatever transition is happening behind the scenes is coming through on the scenes. And I'm repeating myself now. There's nothing new that I'm gonna say. I don't like what they're doing with the characters. They're making the characters say stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's taking us out of it, and we should be able to buy into it. And it's hard. It's hard when they so mad at Sonny for beating up poor helpless Cyrus, and they actually call him a poor helpless old man. Like for Josh to call him that to Trina when he held Trina at gunpoint, and Trina just be like, "Oh, okay, what are we doing?" Because Trina wouldn't do that. Trina cut Cyrus out with the gun in his hand, so I'm pretty sure she would have an opinion about that. They had Trina be mad at Josh for not considering that Jason shot Curtis. Trina should have been mad at Josh for her being worried about Cyrus. Like you can still accomplish the same thing, but do it in a way that makes sense for the character's motivation. Like it's really not as complicated as they seem to act like it is. Because
Yeah.
we all know when characters do stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's not our job. The writers should know.
Yeah. And then you have people like Kyrie's and me and DC and James. I gotta sit there and try to, review this stuff and try to tell it in a way where it makes sense. And even we're just like, when you, especially sometimes when I'll sit there and I'll say a sentence, I'm just like, none of that just made sense. Like I just sat there and talked for 5 minutes and none of that just made sense. Have a good night, everyone. That's how I feel sometimes.
I can't imagine having to justify or even like do the exposition of talking about Anna or Laura and now Sam, like in the past few weeks. It doesn't make sense.
No, it's. mm, I don't know, but like you said, I mean, also I'm a Leo too, so it's like by default, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna still rock with y'all, even though y'all take me down a very slippery, sad, and kind of redundant slope. But I'm still here because
They
Leo
can do
status.
better, and we
Oh
know
yeah,
they can do better. Like
because
they
we've
have
seen them
so
do
much
better.
potential.
Because
It's
we've
so
seen
much
them.
history to pull from. Exactly. Like you could tap in any story from the '90s or 2000s if you build on that history, and you would have us hooked right in. I don't think they're bringing in new characters and starting over, and I don't think it's necessary. I guess that's kind of what they did with Cody and Mac. They built on history, I guess, but I don't really want it with those characters. And I don't need Mac to become a father, a biological father, to complete his story. The reason that I love Mac and I feel like we as an audience love and respect Mac is because of the kids he raised that wasn't his. Like he already has our love because of what he did for Maxie and Georgie and Robin. I don't need him to have an adult Cody. I think his story is already complete. For me, Mac's story was complete when him and Felicia got back together. When she realized that she had a good man and that she wanted to stick around for him and for the daughter she had left. I think that completed their story. With Robin not being here, I think that's good. I'm fine with Mac just being in the background. I'm sure the actor would like to do more. I didn't really need that from him. But he's not one of my favorites, so yeah, but also I just don't feel like his story is lacking. Like I just said, I think that his story was already pretty complete.
I am happy that he's coming back just because, health wise, he's doing better. So, like, I'm happy for that part, you know?
Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm happy that he is healthy enough to come back, and that they will get to tell the story that they started. I just don't know what story exists. Like, now we're gonna have to watch Cody and Mac bond and do like father son stuff. I, I don't really care about Cody that much to watch that, but I will watch it, even if I don't enjoy it. I'm more interested in Sasha's story. Or do you think Drew and Willow are gonna?
A couple of people actually said that. I thought it was very weird because it's like, I feel like in a lot of ways, like, Willow, like, Drew could be her father. So I feel like that's a little kind of,
A lot of
when
women
you,
are into that.
yeah, no.
Willow definitely have daddy issues.
It'd be so weird
Sorry.
though. I mean, would you like it though? Like,
No, but I would like it because I was thinking about Sasha actually. I don't like Sasha becoming the cook for her rich ex boyfriend's family. I don't like that. I don't like her working for them. Till I saw them in a scene together, and I was like, ooh, maybe the reason Sasha moved into the house is so that Sasha and Michael can bond. And so if Drew and Willow having a oops will lead to Michael and Sasha,
uh,
I'll take it because I liked Michael and Sasha, and she survived him. She's still alive, so
yeah.
maybe it can work out. I think she'd be a great stepmom.
What do you think of
Maybe Willow
Blaze?
should die. I like her when she's not singing. No, that's a lie. I don't really care about the character. Um, I'm annoyed for all the times they made us listen to her sing. I'm annoyed that somebody had the casting for an actress, a character named Blaze who could sing, and they casted that woman because she can't sing. And y'all make us listen to her and pretend like she can sing, and that she's supposed to be so famous. Meanwhile, The only people who acted like she was famous are Quartermains who was at the party because I ain't seen one person ask for an autograph. I ain't seen no reporter stalk her. Sasha was just a model and she was getting hounded nonstop. Blaze got no paparazzi. She's not a celebrity. Stop making me asking me to believe stuff that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to believe Blaze is a good singer because I heard her and she don't sound good. And it doesn't make sense that she's a famous celebrity because nobody's acting that way except a couple of Quartermains, kids. And what kind of pop artist is she is if teenage boys are the ones who think that she's good? What is her music? Um, but I do want one thing my daughter had commented about Blaze is that she was weird. Is I'm really proud of my daughter because she picked up that this was missing in her dialogue. It means she's paying attention to the show and she really likes it with me. Um, but after Christina told Blaze what happened about Sonny beating up Dex, Blaze never asked about her mom. Blaze was Sonny's date. If she found out that her mom's date beat up a dude at the wedding, she should have at least been like, "Hey, I wonder if my mom's okay. Did my mom see anything?" She didn't say, and she still, to this day, she hasn't mentioned anything about her mom and the fact that her mom was with Sonny. That is also bad writing. You want us to invest in this character, and you're not giving her the normal thought processes. She should care about more than Christina. She should, even though her mom gets on her nerves, she should have wanted to make sure her mom was safe.
Yeah.
So I guess if the writers want me to care more about Blaze and really invest in her story, they need to invest more in her actual dialogue, showing her thought processes. Because if they
What
don't
do
care, I'm
you
not gonna care.
What do you think about Natalia?
I miss Maria Santos on All My Children. Um, I kind of like the way that she makes Ava feel inferior. If they weren't taking Ava back all the way to the dark side, I liked Ava 3/4 evil. Where she like still good for Trina and you don't really know her motivation. Like I was fine with her lurking in hallways and corners and eavesdropping and us not knowing what she was thinking. But I don't like this her tipping her over into the nefarious side. I don't like that she found out about Sonny's meds and that she's not telling. You asked me about Natalia. I'm talking about Ava. I guess that shows you what I think about Natalia.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much. Which is fine because
yeah,
that's his daughter. That's his daughter.
I'm afraid that this is that they're writing Ava into a corner. But Ava's been in a corner before. Ava killed Connie. Ava was responsible for AJ getting dying for Morgan's death. So maybe they can work her out. But also, ever since Steve Burton came as Jason came back, I've been wondering who we're going to see leave because they need to free up that money from somewhere. So
Hmm.
I know we lost Franco, what's his name? What is it? Roger. We lost
Yeah.
Roger as Franco, but I don't think he was making the same amount that Jason was making. So I've been worried that we're going to lose more people in the next few months to make up for Jason's salary.
Oh,
And
damn.
I hope that it's not Ava, but I just don't understand what they're doing with her because I don't understand her motivation. I didn't want her to be in love with Sonny, but at least if she wanted Sonny, that would make it make some kind of sense. She just wants to get to be on a good terms with him for Avery. That's not good enough because she's being pretty nefarious. I need more of a reason. So I'm a little worried about her. I don't want to lose Ava. I like her very much. I just don't. I don't like what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't understand this out of nowhere sudden attraction to him because it's like she wanted to keep the peace mostly for for her daughter and stuff like that. Now she's like, oh, I want to be on the inside. I want to be where Carly was at. I'm just like, where did this come from? Like this
Yeah.
literally just comes out of nowhere. And then she stabs, Nina in the back. I was like, Ava, you do realize that's your one adult friend, right? Like, you, Trina is 20 years younger than you. Like, what are we doing at this point? And Johnson says, would you like to see Roger Howard on days?
I barely watch Days, so my opinion on Days is based more. It's not just on the episodes that I've seen. It's also on like all the stuff that's happening in the background. So my answer is probably not popular. But what I would say is I don't know if Days needs any more men. It feels like they have a lot of male characters already, and they kind of treat them well already. So maybe kind of even out the other side, maybe more other people. But I like Roger. I like him as a lot as an actor. He's incredible. Him and the writers of One Life to Live made me a Todd fan, knowing what Todd had did. And I'm a person who's been through what Todd has did in real life. And for fictional wise, I was still able to like that character. And I know that's crazy, but we're talking about soap opera. I know, unfortunately, I'm probably not the only woman who can say that about Todd. He was charming, crazy, but they made him charming. That's funny. I was actually having a similar conversation with my family earlier about the R word culture and how much of an impact I think soap operas have probably had on people having, dysfunctional relationships because of how many people who are worded on television and then been redeemed. And like knowing in real life it's not necessarily that path of redemption for people. I'm sorry, that's a different tangent. I
No, no,
apologize.
no. But I mean, no, because it's like Luke and Laura. You go back to Luke and Laura, and it's like you're sitting there telling me like she just fell in love with, and then people sit there and they romanticize it, be like, I want a love story just like Luke and Laura. I'm just like, really? That's what you want. That's the bar for you. Like, okay,
Because they made it glamorous. And like
yeah,
I'm not saying that I agree with it. It's just and not that like we necessarily see fiction and think that that's what we're gonna have in real life, but we kind of do. Uh, as a woman, I can definitely say as a girl, I definitely have seen stories of romance on television and like seen myself in that position. Not the Luke and Laura position, but other fantasy stories of things that can never happen. So I think it probably has led to a lot of people being able to justify actions that victimize other people. It's good that we're having these conversations and that even though we can acknowledge that that happened in the past and maybe not recreate it, there's a positive spin for you. Maybe
yep,
we can do better in the future. And the fact that the actors aren't just like speaking specifically about Luke and Laura. I know that Jeannie Francis will not defend that story anymore. She said so, and I don't think that Anthony Geary will either. I think that's why we will never see him on General Hospital again. I think he wants to revisit that story and he wants to justify it. And I don't even know that it's just on the actors because they played the part. I think maybe the conversation should be with the people who either wrote the story or the directors whoever said that who decided the story. Maybe it's not even about the writers. Maybe the writers were given the story and told to write it. Like what old men sat in a room and decided that this was a story to tell. I'm sorry
yeah.
if I offended any old men.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
assuming it was old men that told the story.
listen, they'll get over it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be kind of a dick and just say it, they'll get over it. Um, no, no, but that's important to sit there and have these little conversations sometimes. Just to have them.
Yeah. And
Because
I
it's not
think
like
by
it's
us
never.
doing it, I'm sorry.
No, because it's not. It's a real thing. So it's important to have these conversations.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that happen within our generation that by us looking at it differently and kind of exposing those things and talking about it, the next generation maybe they won't make those mistakes. So if my daughter and my son's generation they don't have to deal with time trying to figure those crazy things out, then we're doing something right. But I do
Yeah.
think that every generation kind of suffers a bit for the next one. I know that there are definitely things that my mother's generation went through that I couldn't imagine going through. I've heard stories. Is it so heavy? I'm sorry. We're supposed to be talking about
No, no,
soap
no,
operas.
no, no, no. But I mean,
I'm
it's
so
important because I was.
sorry. We're talking about generational trauma.
Well, no, but I think it's important though to sit there and kind of respect the generation that came before because my parents and my family, had to deal with more stuff than I did, now. So I'm always more grateful now and be like, listen, as hard as my day is or whatever, my week is or my month is, I can only imagine what my parents had to sit there and kind of deal with, you know. Um, just on a lighter note, sometimes my dad actually shows up in my live stream, so I think that that's kind of funny.
That's pretty exciting. I think I've been in the stream. It's been a while, but I've seen him pop up in the stream before. Because you got the same name, right?
Yeah,
His name is Albert too. Yeah,
yeah,
that is cool to have your dad's a fan of your work. That's awesome.
yeah. Sometimes even if I don't sit there and stream, I'll take a night off, whatever. He'll call me like, "Oh, you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just just taking a night off. That's all." But sometimes he'll show up and be like, "Oh, make sure you behave tonight." I was like, "I'm always behaving. What are you talking about?" So
What does behave mean here?
I don't know. But apparently, a side that he hasn't seen of me, so I guess not.
I can imagine some of the conversations. Um, I know definitely some of the conversations I've been present for in these lives. I don't know that I would want my mother to hear. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I can. I think well, it's also a little bit different though, because sometimes he'll see me sit there and say something or act a certain way that I may not act in front of him, or I may not say in front of him. So it's just like it just throw him off a little bit. Remember the first time he saw me, he called me the next day. He was like, "Son, are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, are you okay? Like, what do you mean am I okay? Like, what are you talking about?" Like he was just, I guess he just was thrown. So you know, what's good, Jakaris?
Hey, Jacarius. I saw Jacarius. Was it last night or night before I get my days massage? It was last night in
It was
Dion's
last night,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah. I these Sunday night and Monday night are my 2 days off, and they just blur together. It really feels like one night for me, and then I'm back to work on Tuesday. It's crazy.
That's why I'm always like,
Yes.
sometimes I'm always happy to sit there and see in Dion's corner because, like, okay, Nakesha's okay, she's alive and everything like that, So
Yeah.
that's
That
that's why it's
Sunday
so good
night.
to see you. Yeah, that's why it's so good to see you now. That's why everyone was like missing you and stuff like that. I was like, I'm gonna sit there and surprise everyone. So thank you for coming through tonight.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for not hyping it up too much. I would hate to have disappointed everyone. It's just me. But I'm grateful for y'all letting me pop in for a little bit. I'm sorry I was late. I lost track of time, and then I just had my computer and all of that.
Oh, it's all good. Listen, like I said, you can come in whenever you want. So everyone missed you, so it was really good. You know who's gonna probably sit there and be like, "Oh man, it's Jess," because Jess also been
Oh,
so.
I miss seeing Jess. I just, yeah, she's not in here. Or if
But
I'm
pretty
not
much,
in here, next time she's in here, tell her I said hi and let her know I miss her. I hope she's doing well.
yeah, she is. Keeping me in line like usual. So I think she's
Somebody
doing.
got to do it.
Well, I missed you though. So it's good to see you again. Anything you want to sit there and say to everyone before we close this out?
Mm, I'm sure I'll think of something as soon as I hit the done button. I'll be like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. I told you my bold and beautiful stories. I complained about Gregory. I said Finn wasn't an alcoholic. I complained about all the women acting out of character and the writing. I think that's it. Just I miss you guys and thank you for having me. And I'll be back soon. I don't know
Yeah.
when,
Well,
but
she'll be
sooner.
back whenever she wants. She is just free reign. Oh, there we go, Dolomedics. So yeah, she has free reign anytime she wants to come through. Your royalty. So
Thank
I'm actually
you.
have to sit there and change this title too. And just put Queen Akeisha there. So
I appreciate that. I'll make
but,
sure I have take some good notes and have good things to and I have to have a plan of things to say next time. Maybe not be so spur of the moment.
but hey, listen, the fact that you did this off the cuff, no notes or anything. Listen, listen to me. Okay, I
I
got
will talk
I
about
got
General
notes.
Hospital. Oh, you do, but this is your job. This is like a job for you. I can talk about General Hospital any like this. Give me a topic, give me a decade, I can talk about it. If as long as it's something I remember, something I didn't block out. But
No,
I
but the
love this
fact that you're able to
character.
do it just off the cuff, I'm like, I gotta take notes to make sure I remember all this stuff. You just like that. That's why I say you're a natural.
Yeah, and but you also watch all four. You have four shows to keep track of to be able to converse eloquently in four on different four different shows. So
Yeah, thank you.
that's you do quite well. No,
But
thank you for keeping everybody
hopefully I
tuned
get to
in.
see you. Hopefully I get to see you one day whenever you have time to make your own channel because I know that's what people are wanting. And you're definitely gonna keep everyone on their toes. I'll tell you that much.
My daughter's got one more year of high school, then she's going to college, and I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of free time because I'll be lonely and bored and have to watch it in the hospital by myself. So maybe then, maybe then I'll do it. She
That's so
doesn't
cool
keep me
though
lonely.
that mommy and daughter time watching soap operas and stuff like that in General Hospital.
I don't even have to chain her to the couch no more. She comes in the room on her own.
And
I don't
she
know if I
watches
need to
both
say that I'm joking. I never chained my daughter to any furniture. Just I was being like
facetious.
deadpan humor, but in case nobody, it was a joke. I don't chain anybody to furniture. Not in like 2 years. I'm kidding. Sorry, let me stop. Somebody gonna clip some shit, and then I look like I'm abusing my children. I don't
Does
embrace
she like General Hospital? Because I'm pretty sure she probably need to watch the other ones. But does she like General Hospital the best though?
it. I I think she likes General Hospital the best, but she also might like Bold and the Beautiful the best. I think it's for different things. I think she watched General Hospital with me, and she enjoys like watching old clips of it and learning the history. And like I showed her the Christina, the Ma Princess storyline, and she's
Oof.
like, "So why is Christina acting so crazy now about trying to figure out why how Sonny's such a bad guy?" I was like, "Girl, I don't know. That's why I'm showing you this. Like, Christina know she knew about Sonny's business. She grew up with it, not as bad as Michael, but she was the Ma Princess." My daughter enjoys that, but like we laugh more at Bold and the Beautiful than anything else. Like you just put that show on, and you don't even have to make the jokes. You just watch it and laugh, and it's like they not even trying to be funny.
I don't know. I guess I would sit there and see her maybe liking General Hospital a bit more, but like B&B is just more of a comedy, like an unintentional comedy. The best way I
Yeah,
can say
I,
put it.
I think that's what it is, and I think it does help that Bold and the Beautiful is only like 18 minutes because
Yeah.
we never watch it live, so it's always a quick 18. But sometimes it feel like 30, and sometimes feel like 5. It's a very weird show. But we get a lot of serotonin boost out of it because we laugh so much during the show. Even when it's like I said, it's not funny. If Finn's dipping his hands in blood, or Lee coming in the room and cussing somebody out, or Luna drugging herself with meth that she took on her own and blaming her mama. Bitch, don't take stuff that don't belong to you. I'm sorry for the B word.
It's
She was
fine.
doing so good. But she was quite dumb. She was quite dumb. You don't just be taking something if you don't know what it is. It wasn't like it said mints on the container. It's like not a name brand container. Why would you take it?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was her mom's fault. I thought that was her fault for taking something that don't belong to you. That's why she gonna end up with a chocolate baby.
Mm. And Alyssa says good night.
Good night, Alyssa. Good night,
Everyone,
everybody.
yeah, everyone missed seeing you, so it was it was a treat for everyone as well. So thank you for coming through. I'm gonna sit there and end the stream, maybe just talk to you for like maybe 2 minutes or whatever, just to catch up. But have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nakesha, for coming through, gracing us with your amazing presence. You're always missed, and just know that we're always here for you. Whenever you want to come through and just to kind of chill out for a little bit. The world is crazy, so
Thank you.
it's good to have people like you in it. So thank you for coming
I
through.
appreciate that. I'll be back. Thank you guys. It's good to see everybody, even though I didn't see you. I'm gonna go back and watch the replay so I can see everybody's comments. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.